Hey, check out the sponsor for the video. Check out the links in the description.
Hey guys, I just got my free sample and shaker cup for the Dubby's energy pack drink. So this is me trying it. I just got it from my P.O. box and I'm just gonna try and see how it was. Let's just take a look at what I got, the samples that I got. As you can see, I have the peach, the beach and peach. I have the Dub sludge, the Dragonade, and also Galaxy Grenade. I don't know which one I'm gonna do, and I got the anime cup to like get the package. I'm gonna try it for my afternoon energy boost. Now I'm about to mix my new Dubby pack with Dragonberry. We're gonna see how this tastes. Not too bad. I think I'm gonna sip on this for the rest of the day. It's about 3 hours till I get off of work, and we're gonna see how this actually makes me feel. So, small little correction. I actually had the Galactic Grenade earlier. Tastes actually awesome. And didn't get the jitteries. I actually drank it over an hour-long period, and I still got enough energy, enough mental focus. I guess this is good to go.
All right, so I promise you guys that I am not leaving the left. I am not one of those idiots where, oh, the left did this. No, I'm just a little bit upset about certain shit where I want us to be more inclusive. And I don't feel bad about this. I really don't, because I've really stopped like following some leftist creators, sometimes for years ago, because of some of the bullshit that they kind of like push. So let's go and talk about this wonderful creator we have here. Yes, Mildred themselves, Thought Slime. And I kind of saw this and I was like, this is super cringe. This is super, not only is it super cringe, but it's playing into the stereotype that a lot of these right-wingers actually try to make us seem like we are. And well, let's let Mildred tell us.
Folks, there's a problem with the left, and I'm not simply saying that because I am the subject of criticism on the left. No. We can't win any confrontation with the far right unless this changes, because the left has alienated the average person, which in this case is me.
Just because you fucking point it out as a joke doesn't mean it's real. Just because you sit back and say, "Whoa, look, I am being super ironic about it, and let me point it out," doesn't mean that, you know, hey, let's just, it excuses the behavior. The left has alienated, quote unquote, normies. But normies that you can win with. But let's go.
With a focus on niche, boutique issues. And it needs to focus on outreach specifically towards the white working class, a term I've adopted in this context because it sounds less racist than just saying white people.
And see, this is the bullshit. Look, check it out. I will say this. I am a black person. I've lived in fortunate places and grew up in unfortunate places. I do not want to make somebody who is motherfucking not me ashamed of who they are just because of their white skin. Dude, that's fucking stupid. And this is the alienation bullshit that lends credence to that motherfucking false ass narrative that you see people on the right talking about white genocide, because you just want to talk bad about white people. That's not cool. You're giving ammo to these motherfuckers. But go ahead, my non-binary ruler.
But actually, it is just racism mixed with a little bit of classism, actually. But don't worry, there's enough plausible deniability to gaslight anyone that points that out. See, we can't let partisanship divide us. Hey, you ever notice that a lot of people say that kind of stuff and they say it right, and then they follow it up with some of the wackest horseshit you've ever heard in your entire life? Just some real garbage brain shit from an idea dumpster. Ideas so fundamentally without value that you throw them out, you can't even recycle them. You just throw them right in the dumpster. And here's the thing about the left. Can we talk for a minute about the left, please? Why is nobody talking about the left? There's something I simply must say about the left.
Okay, again, this is truly idiotic. This is idiotic as fuck, because you know what? I don't just spend my time watching leftist content. I'm a motherfucking adult. I go out in the real motherfucking world. I have to talk to people. I have to have a conversation with people that aren't just ooh, meow, ML motherfucking Stalin did nothing wrong, communist online. And you think that's a fucking joke, that you think, oh, the left is alienated people. Yes. There are people that have progressive positions, and they also have mixed in conservative positions, because they're not just on your all the way progressive positions doesn't mean that they're lost. And some of the shit that you say turns them the motherfucking off. I am 41 years old, and I know not to go out there and brag highly and boastfully without being, what is the best word for it? Without being boisterous about being an atheist. Because I've learned to live in a world where it's not a lot of people that are out and out proud atheists. That doesn't mean I compromise my beliefs. That doesn't mean I sit back and say, oh, I'm going to pray with you. No. But I don't just go and be a dick about it. But some of these people that hold progressive beliefs are a dick about it. But let's go.
My thought on the subject is fuck the left. I don't care about the left. I don't owe it my loyalty. Neither do you.
Nobody says that, though. Oh my God, nobody says that. Nobody says that. People that want outreach. I want Crimson a long time. Yeah, what's up? What's up? Nobody says fuck the left who goes for outreach. You know what people say? People say fuck the people that try to gatekeep who should be on the left. Now, if you think that you are somebody who is the, end all and be all, the Saint Peter of you will of the left, that gets to be deemed holy enough to go into leftist socialist heaven, then yeah, fuck you. But let's continue.
To you, the left isn't anything. It's not a group of people. It's not a tendency. It's not an ideology. The left is not even like a coherent set of goals or policies. The left does not exist, aside from as a rhetorical device used to mean like anybody who considers themselves on the left, or anybody who considers themselves on the left would consider to be like their pals, their buddies. There is no consistent set of beliefs that unites people on the left. No economic theory, no social policy, no guiding principle. You'll hear the term used to describe everything from hardcore anarchist revolutionaries to neoliberal ghouls who at least don't actively seem to want to feed gay people into a wood chipper right now. And like everything in between that too. And perceptive viewers might notice.
Really? Really? Fucking really? Really? I better stop before I, accuse somebody of being nanners. What the fuck? Like, okay, I'm sorry. This is just bullshit. Like, for real? For real. Okay. All right, let's go.
From the examples that I just gave, any such coalition is doomed. Those groups can work together over common goals, but also they have mutually exclusive goals that at some point they're going to need to resolve. And that's good. Like, to be clear, that's a good part about that. Good job, that's part of coalition building. You set aside your disagreements, temporarily if need be, to achieve something desirable to all parties. But at some point, you gotta go, hey, there's also stuff we disagree about. What are you gonna do? And then have a big argument. There are degrees of disagreement, though. There are some disagreements which, although we might not ever be able to resolve, we should by no means tolerate. Disagreements whose effect...
Oh, like what? Please, tell me what? Please tell me what? Okay, let's go. Maybe they'll tell me what.
Too fundamental, too immediate, and too costly to ignore in the service of cooperation. Like, for example, if you wanted to kill Batman, you could not ally yourself with Robin, because he's not going to support you.
Wait. Now, Thought Slime, again, may just be a total idiot. Yes, okay, Tim Drake may want to kill Batman some of the times. But there have been times where this motherfucker, like, right above me right here, this motherfucker, that motherfucker right there, the littlest one, has wanted to come from Batman's neck. And I'm sorry, I mean, like, and if we have a Tower of Babel situation, bet all of them going for him. Everybody used to like Thought Slime until they kind of flew off the fucking edge. Yeah, exactly.
You know, even if you agree with Robin on a lot of stuff, you're going to come into conflict about the whole Batman issue. Now, where you draw that line is going to vary. I'm not going to give you some prescriptive commandments about who you are and who you are not.
But that's the thing. Being exclusionary and saying that these people aren't really on the left or these people shouldn't tolerate it, you're giving prescriptive things to do. You're giving prescriptive demands. And no amount of ooh-woo soy boy bullshit is going to get over the fact how you treat people. If you treat people nasty because you feel that they're not enough to be a part of your clique or not pure enough to be a part of your clique, that you're still giving commands. But let's continue.
Allowed to cooperate with. I'm not an organizer. I'm a blowhard. I have a YouTube channel. I am the least entitled.
What is it with these motherfucking YouTube essayists who simultaneously try to say, well, I don't advocate. I'm not anything. I just advocate for a specific view of things. It's just like, you know, you're influencing people, right? You know that you are just saying shit to people who are impressionable to listen to you. And yes, everybody to some degree is impressionable, but you know you're doing this. But then you want to sit back and say, like, no, I'm just the entertainer. And it's not just video essays, excuse me. I'm sorry. It's these people that have this purity testing ass bullshit that they always try to do. But let's continue.
Person to an opinion on anything. That shit's complicated and difficult. I'm in no position to tell you where the line is, you know? But one thing, which sits comfortably on the do not tolerate side of the line, is anything less than full-throated active support for the well-being, equality, and autonomy of any political minority. Compromising on that is not only, and I don't want to overstate my point here, but evil, but also...
If you don't agree with me wholeheartedly and full-throatedly, you're evil. Wow, that's not giving a prescription, right? That's not giving a prescription, right? Oh, wait, yeah, it is. The fuck? Wait. If you don't fully 100% agree with me on everything, then you're evil. What happened to that spectrum that you just said? I'm sorry. Wait. You're not full-throatedly, enthusiastically believing everything that I want you to believe. Then you're evil. Fuck, this is gonna be painful.
Also, foolish, tactically speaking. Because, like, if you're in a situation where it isn't tactically foolish, if you have a goal where it makes strategic sense to throw a political minority under the bus, then probably what's happening there is your goal sucks. You have an asshole goal for shitty asshole guys that an asshole might have. Concern trolling for the well-being of the left invariably presents itself as the moderate, sensible, popular position. Anything these people don't like is too unrealistic, too utopian. You'll never sell it to the normies. Frustratingly, this type of...
The fact that you use the term, and I know I used it earlier, the fact that you use the term normies lets us know what this is about. This is about, hey, I want the people in my club to be my club. That's just generally what it's about. And I'm sorry, I get it. I have leftist tendencies. I have leftist beliefs. But I will never be part of their club. For one, I think insults are good. I don't think insults based on immutable characteristics are good, but I think insults are good. I think disagreeing with someone when they have shitty positions like, I don't know, let's get rid of a specific ethnic group because reasons out of this one place because I don't like them. It's just things like that. Kind of like, yeah, I won't full-throatedly, agree with that. But let's go.
Rhetoric is used even when the position of the people using it is less popular or less credible, or in some cases, flat out trash brain garbage for idea babies to piss and shit their brain diapers with. These people don't argue that their position is more logical or morally superior, just that it's the best we can do right now. So it's better than nothing, right? Like, you know, if you can't get...
So, wait, what? Damn, that was real mature. It's boo-boo, diaper, piss, baby, bullshit. Yeah, that's real mature when we're talking about reaching more people. Okay, sure, let's go. Let's go.
If you can't get on board with this, then you're just a saboteur, letting the perfect be the enemy of the good. You're gatekeeping, you're wrecking. When this logic is weaponized against political minorities, it usually goes something like this. Yeah, like I agree, obviously, with what you're saying. In theory, in a perfect world, it's just right now, in this political climate, it's very much, it's too complicated, you know? It's so controversial what you're saying, even though, again, I totally get it. It's just most people won't. And like, also, can I say also, like, why are we spending so much energy on the needs of such a small group of people?
I love the straw man aspect of this. I love the straw man. And we all know what the topic's about. We all know what this is going about. And quite frankly, if you wanted to make the argument about something, make the argument instead of being a little bitch about it. Cowardly. Make the fucking argument. Don't just say, well, if you're not agreeing with everything that I agree with, then you're evil. Make the argument. But they don't. They never make the argument. They just say, well, because you don't agree with my position, you're bad.
When it's going to turn off the majority citation needed, we got to think big picture here. And that makes a certain...
I mean, I have these arguments against protecting trans people. Like, what my biggest thing about the whole... with the whole argument about protecting trans people and where should the support draw the line. I get that if we give people an inch, they try to take a mile. But defend people on points that you actually care about. And be honest about what you care about. There's a line. Look, I mean, like, and then I'll be very honest with you. Some of the things that I've actually heard really crazy. One of the things that pisses me off. One of the things that pisses me off is I've heard some people, advocating for trans rights where they says, oh, if you're a guy and you're sleeping with a trans woman, even if she has a penis, that doesn't make you gay. well, that doesn't make you bi. Like, no, that makes you bi because you like penis. Now, there's nothing wrong with being bi, but you just say, oh, no, you're being straight. No, this person has a penis. You can have genital preferences. And, like, that's the weirdest thing to me, because instead of actually making a climate where being bi or gay is fine, you actively go against what those words mean in order to serve a point. And yeah, I'm looking at you, Lance. But anyway, let's go.
Certain surface level sense to a particular type of asshole, but there are some problems with this argument. Firstly, and this should go without saying, it's cowardly. It's the type of argument you can only make if you're a complete spineless chicken shit, a moral infant.
But at least they're having an argument. They're talking to people. They have the courage to actually address things with people. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, Mildred? Are you addressing arguments with people? Are you having conversations? Are you going out there to lead the charge to convert people to more trans acceptance? Are you doing that, Mildred? Oh, you're staying inside of your cozy little bubble because, you know, fuck everybody else, because if they don't listen to you, they're evil and you don't want to waste your time with evil people? Like, cowardly. Okay, well, let's go.
If you make this type of argument, I'm forced to assume you are, at this moment, concealing that you've been bitten by a zombie. Secondly, consider this little...
And see, like, this is... And when they say that insults are bad and... Like, this is just literally insults. That's the thing that gets me. It's insults in service of what you want the insults to be. And calling somebody nanners or nutters, you just basically just call somebody brain dead. Are you going to have another fit about it? Are you going to sit back and say that, oh, I shouldn't have called somebody brain dead zombies because zombies are people too? No, these people that are these woke skulls want to be mean and want to be evil, want to be rude, but they want to dress it up as if it's something that, oh, I'm not doing it. I'm just being super okay with everybody, when you just want to be cruel. And I've said it before, if a lot of these people want motherfucking revenge, they want to have revenge for the shit that people have done to them, and they want to just target on anybody that they want to. And it's cool if you want to actually do that. Just say it. You lose your moral high ground when you become as bitter and resentful and as angry and revengeful that you make everybody else out to be. Cool, just say that. I'm somebody who, you know, like, I tell people all the time, like, all we have is our opinion. All we have is our subjective opinion about what is right and what's wrong. But a lot of these people want to feel that they're morally superior because reasons.
Thought experiment. I got a little brain tickler for you here. Whose support do you think will be more valuable for you? People whose material well-being specifically depends on your success? Or people who don't really give a shit either way? People are so disinterested that the slightest discomfort will stop them from engaging in the issue whatsoever.
Well. Isn't it the pot calling the kettle black? So, you know, Thought Slime is part of the group that if you bring up men's issues, fuck these men. Men don't care. Men are part of the problem. You don't care about men's issues, so why the fuck they care about yours? We did that motherfucking shoe on head video the other day where it's just like, hey, why don't you care about guys' issues? Instead of saying, oh, they're stupid or they want the misogyny because that's how they get ahead. Like, why don't we just address the issues? This is the shit that kind of pisses me off, because in the end, a lot of these people, what they want is this. They want to rule. They want to take their turn in the spotlight that they haven't had before. And it's cool if you actually want that. You just say it, but don't sit back in some moral high ground and say that it's oh no, this is about equality and shit like that. No. You just want revenge. What's up, Icon?
Thirdly, the whole premise rests on two assumptions, of which at least one is always total horseshit. That the rights of...
Oh, and by the way, that's what makes people motherfucking acting in their own self-interest. I know a lot of these people would love to believe that everybody has some benevolent kind of just, I don't know, consciousness about them where they literally will do things benevolently for everyone else because that's just how great they are as people. No, people act in their own self-interest. Hell, the reason why I want leftist policies because I want to act in my own self-interest. You think that I just want to make sure that people have a living wage because, oh no, it's great that people have a living wage and they have home security. No. You know what benefits me from somebody else having a fucking living wage where they have food security, home security, motherfucking, connectivity security? It makes my life better so I have to worry less about a motherfucker knocking me over my head for my shit. It makes me have better because I don't have to look at motherfuckers who are broken down in sorrow because that shit hurts me. What did they say is no true altruism? That is motherfucking true. But let's continue.
The political minority in question or some sort of highly unpopular third rail position, and this is usually justified by like a conversation they claim they had with some sort of archetypical common man. They talked with their bus driver about gender self-ID and they didn't get it. So like how could...
Yes, Thought Slime. People have conversations with people that are not just on the internet. I know that seems weird to you, constantly online motherfuckers. But yes, people are, that they're, the things that you call them, normies. The people that you call normies, they're real. They're out there in the wild. And not everybody is some, diametrically opposed to every other thing as far as like some fucking, how do I put it? What's the best way to verify this? Nobody's a circuit breaker of left and right ideals thinking all the time about politics. I know we're not on the bubble online where we, constantly talk and speak about several different things as, online people, but nobody is just sitting back and saying like, oh yeah, no, I'm right on this one, left on this one. I'm right. No. And there are people who don't spend their time always online. I want a living wage. If other people have a living wage, I would have one exactly. In 2023, I haven't touched grass so much in any year. Man, there is, oh my God. I understand that I haven't been to many conventions, but I love going to conventions when I just don't have to deal with some of this shit. Because some people are when I say that getting away from this online shit, it's fucking crazy sometimes. There's a reason why I took a month off. It's a reason why I took a month off. Because I wanted to sit back and watch it. And of course, maybe one of the things that we're getting in later on the stream is another reason why I took a month off. Because some of this insular online shit bothers the fuck out of me. And I have a job. I have a motherfucking teenager. I have people that I spend time with. We're going to leave it at that. And yeah, no. Some of this online bullshit, when I get to start talking to people about... When I get to talking to people about how some of the online drama actually happens... They look at me and like, what the fuck is wrong with people? They literally like, yeah, these people are fucking out their mind. But let's continue.
Can you expect the working class to understand such ideas? Because the second assumption is, of course, that the ignorant swine who represent your base cannot have their inherently self-interested and bigoted minds changed. Of course, we, the more sophisticated and
can we go back right quick? This is the shit that you think. This is the shit that you think. This is the shit that a lot of these motherfucking woke skulls think. This is the shit that they think. If they didn't think that, they wouldn't keep trying to motherfucking keep so many people write so many people off. This is the shit that they think. You think I'm joking. This is the shit that they think. I am not bullshitting you. This is the shit that they think. Because what they think is that if you're not 100%, he said it early in this video, 100% full-throated about the same thing that I want, then you're evil.
Represent your base cannot have their inherently self-interested and bigoted minds changed. Of course, we, the more sophisticated and intelligent political class, can understand such highfalutin ideas like, for example, that it's bad to be racist. But the average person is a kind of soulless, thoughtless machine. They exclusively seek base pleasure and avoid discomfort.
You literally called them evil. You literally called normal people evil. You literally... okay.
They're incapable of reason or empathy or any higher form of thought, really, and we're like onto gods to them.
Are you really literally saying that because people have a difference in opinion? I know he's making a straw man, but this is coming from a place of, if you don't agree with me about things, then you think you're either stupid or you think other people are stupid. Because my position is absolutely right no matter what. This is so much projection. This is so much projection. I mean, like, granted, like, we've all made the joke that MAGA people are stupid and they don't like facts. But I contend that most of the bullshit that they believe comes from a place of fear. Yeah, he did. But most of the place that a lot of MAGA people comes from a place of fear. Listen, check it out. Just outside of this, I'm gonna go off a little tangent. Now, I'm gonna actually talk about this later on in the video, but later on the stream. But it's this guy who I watch. Named King Thrash Gaming. He is a black guy. He is from Southern California, and he talks like you would expect somebody from Southern California. However, just because he uses the word and drops N-bombs all the fucking time and uses profanity like it's a motherfucking seasoning to the English language, he also comes out with a lot of great motherfucking points about business, about video games, about the way people look at about creative things. Now, not everything I agree with them about, but you cannot ignore this man's intelligence about the cultural zeitgeist of video games. You just can't ignore that shit. And the people that do it at their own motherfucking peril. The fact of the matter is, there are some people who are motherfucking, and I forget where I'm going here, but it's like, you don't know how people are. Just because people sound some way or have some beliefs doesn't mean they're not intelligent. Yeah, that's where I was going. It just means that, motherfucker, you have to convince them and explain things with reason and logic instead of just your fee-fees. And yes, feelings are important. But if someone's asking for a reasons, an explanation other than just, I feel like this should be this way, then motherfucking don't fucking back away from that. But there it goes.
Must shepherd them carefully, lest our enlightened thinking move too fast, frightening and confusing their primitive, superstitious little minds. You see, you dumb...
I can't even. Question. Does Thought Slime think that that's a bullshit reason? Because if he did, then like, why are there still religious people in the world? Why are there still religious people in the world if he thinks you can just explain away people's unreasonable beliefs? If you can just explain away why we actually hold certain things in science, why are there still religious people in the world? Because he doesn't believe that shit. He doesn't believe that shit. He only believes that shit when it's convenient for him to make fun of other people. Well, let's continue.
Utopian baby. If we fight for something so unpopular or out there, as the logic goes, it hurts the broader and more achievable goals of the left. You know, the ones I support, not the ones you support, because we have to be willing to compromise. I don't want to alarm you, but the far right, they're on the verge of winning. They're one election away from taking the whole pot. Okay, they're gaining momentum every day in the...
So what do? You alienate people that will vote for you because you tell them that, hey, you're sufficiently far enough gone that I don't care about what you're saying. I don't care about what you're feeling. I don't care enough to give you an explanation or address your concerns. Fuck you. You're already over there. So fuck you. And I'm sorry. As much as I love my people that are outside the USA, fucking Mildred, you're not in the USA. You're in Canada. Stop the cap. You're in Canada. You don't really fucking care. I understand most of your audience is in the motherfucking USA, but you don't care. Anytime you get these motherfuckers that say, oh, the far right is far from women, so we need to alienate more of the people, or worse yet, just make it seem that it's no difference between liberals and conservatives. No, liberals are bad. You cut a liberal and a fascist bleed, so you shouldn't really vote for them.
The only way to stop them now, I hate to say it, I really do, is to do the things that they're asking for, is to specifically do the things that they're agitating for. That's the only way to stop them. They want us to do that because it would stop them and make them less powerful. And, you know, plus, like, if they do win, like, you know, I'm white, so if they want to do racist stuff, I would bet. These compromises, of course, are always in service of power, in service of the status quo, in service to the exec.
So what, you don't want power to enact what you want to do? Power to protect people? You don't want to be Ichigo Dog, the protector of motherfucking everybody? Okay, I was watching Bleach earlier. You know, ironically enough, so we're doing the 1,000-year blood war. Like they're covering the 1,000-year blood war, and they got to a point. And if you've ever read Bleach and you got into the 1,000-year blood war, and you know about Gigi or Gazelle, you know where that's about, right? And so I'm watching all these motherfucking chuds like, yeah, Gigi, and then you realize who Gigi is, and you get so many people like, what the fuck, no, it just, oh God. And you know what, I will give you that. Although I will say that there are certain states where liberals have acted to protect women's reproductive rights. Generally speaking, I know Illinois, state I live in, I heard Michigan kind of like picked up and picked up the ball and kind of was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna do this. Wisconsin, I know Candace was like, "No, we're not going to get rid of motherfucking abortion rights." Ohio was a big win where they were trying to get rid of abortion rights. Yeah. So it's not national. That's one thing that I get what you're saying. It's not national, but it's more state shit. And I get for a lot of people that's may not be enough. Not for everybody. And we have to do other steps, but yeah, Michigan and Georgia are starting that trend. But let's go.
Tax structures we are meant to be opposing by making these compromises. It never works in the other direction. Never is the more moderate left asked to adopt a more radical position based on its popularity, feasibility, or outright necessity. We're meant to dismiss allies who agree with our positions in favor of courting allies who...
Wait. I'm sorry. When has the further left actually been in power enough to request certain things? I'm sorry, I'm waiting for that one. When has the further left, the far left, has requested, had enough power to request certain shit? I'm sorry, I'll wait. I'll wait. Oh no, you say you don't vote, and you say the liberals are bad, and so when people don't vote and don't, that's what yeah, I get that. And I don't know how many people are as old as I am. I don't know how many people that are in my community that experience some of the same life events as I am. It's, in some ways, we've moved far away from the conservatism of the late 90s, which I became politically aware of, to what we have now. Is it as far as we want it to be? No. But is it far enough from what it was? Oh, fuck yes. And this is one of the things that, and this is my critique also. This is my critique also of this. What people are asking for is a generational change. And I know that seems like, oh, you're being defeated. It's just like, no, there are things that people have been raised with for generations. And to say, flip it on the head like that is ignoring human behavior. It's like I said, it was a straw man to say, oh, these people just aren't going to change, so they're dumb. Like, no, there are literally people who have, for generations, believed certain things. Or just, and it can be something as simple as 2 generations. Yeah, yes, I get that. However, it can be something as simple as 2 generations. And those 2 generations can seem like an eternity to people who just never lived in something different. Do you know that there are people who believe that the gay people only popped up in the 1960s and 70s? That, like, truly believe that shit. There are people who believe that. Exactly. There are people who actually believe that, like, all of a sudden there are gay people and trans people. It's like, as if there hasn't been a history of the shit. Like, this, what is hilarious to me is that if people just popped up being gay and trans and all this other good shit, why are there rules of it in your holy book? I'm just saying. It's obviously been a thing forever. But when you say that, oh no, these people just don't want to change, it's like, and this is the best example. This color is red. This color that I have my finger on right here is motherfucking red. You know it's red. You've been raised to believe it's red. But somebody is coming around and telling you, oh no, that's blue. Wait, what? No, it's not really red. It's not really red. It's something called fuchsia. And when you think about it like that, when you get as things ingrained into you as much as far as this is how things are, and you tell somebody, no, you need to flip on a motherfucking dime, or you need to change a perspective a little bit, it takes more than just you saying, oh no, this is a thing. Yeah. But let's go. I don't think we should write people off. That's the thing. I don't think we should write people off. I think you should address people. If you come at people yelling and screaming, trust me, as people who have been who's as a person who have people in my life, and I always equate, more civil rights to the conversation you have with people in your life about, belief about shit. I've tried the whole thing about, hey, Yahweh isn't a thing, or things of that nature. And when you ridicule people about their beliefs, things that they hold dear, and things that they believe in themselves, that doesn't get anywhere. Even when they're attacking you, being that edgy atheist type shit, it doesn't fucking work. It doesn't do anything. It just entrenches people in their beliefs even more. And when people tell others, because we have conversations with people outside of just the internet, and you say, no, they should just, like, dog, go have a conversation with somebody outside the internet and see how it is. But we're off on a tangent. Let's let this video finish.
Who do not. Because maybe, if we do everything they ask for, they'll get on our side. That's what it means to get someone on your side, by the way. When you do something differently, because that's what they wanted. It means you changed their mind. We are asked to make this bargain constantly. To ignore some hideous injustice because, they claim, to focus on it necessarily distracts from all others. So you end up in this shell game scenario where the one true meaningful injustice is always the one you're not putting every iota of your effort into. And in order to fix it, you just got to ignore every other problem in the world. Those are all distractions. And this isn't a new technique. Throughout history, wherever there have been people fighting for any sort of social justice, equality, freedom from oppression, no matter how just their cause, you can find examples of that movement hypocritically excluding others in betrayal of their own principles. Whether it's white women within the suffragette movement refusing to stand in solidarity with women of color, to modern-day quote-unquote anti-imperialists who deride and ridicule the land back movement without bothering to do the barest iota of research, just crack open Wikipedia and just really even look at what the definition of the
This is why I stopped watching this shit. This is why I stopped watching motherfuckers like Thoughtslime. If one of your biggest advocates is there saying that, oh, we should, you get to do with white people because they're in South Africa, just anything because they're in South Africa, and it's okay with that, fuck you. Guess what, motherfucker? Guess what? You're not a pure, aboriginal person of this land. You're not. And to all those people that are Professor Flower fans, that means she would have to get out of the USA. See, when you start using this motherfucker, oh, it's okay because, hey, this person is part of this demographic that I don't like, you start running into problems. you start running into problems. And if you're not smart enough to recognize that bullshit, instead of saying, wait, I could have sworn when it came down to it, socialism, the principle that a lot of these motherfuckers actually claim to be, says we should get rid of borders. We should get rid of, of territories, of states. I thought, we try to live by the principle that the world is my country. All mankind are my brothers. And to do good is my religion. I thought we lived by that principle. Nah, but if your skin is pink, stay out of Africa. This is the bullshit. This is definitely the bullshit. This is the bullshit. Because it's not about land back. It's not about land back. It's about hurting the people part of the group that I don't like. And this is his subtle way of bringing up Professor Flowers.
Term is really understand with the thing that they're criticizing, just do the bare minimum, just really even look into any. And this is the problem that intersectional analysis was intended to help us study, to create the understanding that various forms of oppression intersect, creating unique material conditions and forms of oppression for those people who unfortunately find themselves within that intersection, beyond merely simply the combined effects of like two discrete types of oppression. A new symbiotic oppression is made. What people don't talk about as much is how these forms of oppression mutually reinforce one another. Easy example you've heard a million times, right? Racism enforces capitalism. Prejudice against racialized people is projected onto the poor and lower class and vice versa. It's an easy way for bourgeois interests to divide workers and create scapegoats for their own excesses. And also, just directly take a bunch of people's shit. Just take it and have it and own it. Then if anybody gets mad at them, they can go, but no, you're not poor because of me, because I have all the money. You're poor because Jews have bad money DNA probably as well.
Okay, you recognize that. You recognize when people use a demographic against other people. You recognize that. Dog, I get that. Nobody should use somebody's innate demographic against them. Cool, great. That's what we're here for. That's what leftism is supposed to be about. It's about the circle of who we consider human, who we consider part of our group, is so wide we can't see the ends.
What it is. And also, one time at the supermarket, I saw a black woman buy a lobster with a food stamp, so probably that's why you're poor. Obviously, racism would still be bad, whether or not it intersected with capitalism, and capitalism would likewise be bad in any sort of hypothetical alternate reality scenario where it developed without racism. Both of these things would be problems that required solving without the other, but in a world where both exist, like this one, Earth, you have to fight both. Otherwise, the struggle against either is incomplete. Here's another example for you.
How are you fighting? Please tell me, how are you fighting? Besides calling out people who say, like, maybe we shouldn't out and out attack everybody. Maybe we should have a daft hand about it. How are you fighting? What are you doing about it? Besides making videos for people who are already on your side. You can't fight. You can't actually fight both of them. Yeah, I will agree. You can fight both of them. But, like, the thing about it is, and you know what? You can be passionate about more than one fight. My problem is they're not fighting. They're saying, if you don't fully agree with me, then you're bad. If you don't take every action that I want to take, then you're bad. You might as well be part of the other group. That's where I have my problem. But let's continue.
Misogyny reinforces misogyny classic. The ways that trans women's bodies and behaviors are scrutinized and demonized are then ported from the trans engine to the cis engine, which actually is pretty easy because that's the engine it was developed for, and used to control the bodies and behaviors of cis women. Cis women become the collateral damage in attempts to stop trans women from existing and need to conform to cis heteronormative standards to demonstrate their womanhoodliness. cut your hair too short, or have too many muscles, and you might not be allowed to piss anymore, or run in a race. Because what if you're a secret trans in disguise? Better take your rights away, just in case. Simultaneously, trans women are themselves the collateral damage.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say this. These people say if you're not fighting all oppressions and you're not good. Yeah, no, yeah, of course they say that because they are sitting back and not doing anything, but they're just complaining. I'm gonna say this. People who complain about like trans women in sports are just doing it because they're looking to fight. That's on the right wing, and they just don't don't care about women's sports. They never cared about women's sports. You hear the jokes about again, I mentioned the 90s. You heard the jokes about the the WNBA can't motherfucking dunk. It was even a joke on Futurama. But I'm gonna also tell you something else. I'm gonna be very honest with you too. The people on the left that are the biggest advocates about trans women in sports, they also don't care about sports either. They're just opposed to right. And you actually hear what they say. Well, you need to fight them on this particular. They don't care about women. They don't care about women's or trans women in sports. They don't fucking care. Because most of the people that complain about them are internet nerds, and you will hear them talking about, oh, the sports ball. They don't really fucking care. They never care. They just do it as a part of the fight to show that they are motherfucking right. They don't care. They don't care about sports. That's not what they care about. In actuality, they care more about things like, and rightly so. They care about more things like sex work, and they care about things about making sure that people are mentally healthy. That they care more about that. But when it comes down to sports, no, they don't fucking care about sports. That's it. I will say this. I personally think that almost all sports should be unisex. Just my opinion. And a lot of it comes from, yes, there are edges in sports, and that's what I mean by a lot of people don't really care about the sports. There are genetic edges that people have in sports all the fucking time. I just think sports should be unisex. I think that the way we train, young boys in sports are different from what we train young girls. I just have one uniform standard. That would be fun. I don't know if you guys ever remember this. Is this old 90s cartoon called Mutant League, where it was just like unisex sports. And unisex sports actually exists right now. I'm in Chicago. They do unisex softball. What is it? Like, they made a big thing about a woman being a kicker in the NFL. Look, man or woman or whatever, if you are somebody who is a motherfucking 300 pounds and like 6 feet tall, your ass can be a linebacker. The joke, we watched the Brittany Venti video. Pearl. Now, we know from everything that's claimed, Pearl was born female. But her height and her, let's just say, body mass, because I'm not going to say she's fat, but her body mass, what would be different from her being a motherfucking in a unisex volleyball? Now, here's the thing about it. It takes time. It will take a generation for something like that to actually happen. But, damn it. That would be awesome. I would love to see just like unisex sports. Like, they have unisex HEMA or historic European martial arts, fencing. Like, I want to see that. But that's just me. Anyway, let's go.
in patriarchal attempts to control cis women, to firmly establish the boundaries of the feminine and police the bodies and identities of all kinds of different women. Some tall, some short, some of them have swords. All women. In both of these examples, you cannot fight one problem without fighting the other. If you try, you're just putting it in another place for it to get stronger later and come back and get you. You're not dismantling an oppressive structure. You're just asking for permission to be let into the oppressive.
Hey. At that point, we can be racist against the cyborgs. Oh, God. Or the mutants. I mean, like, you know, like, we'll find something to be racist against. The cyborgs or the mutants. Like, all right. Or the Animorphs, you know.
Group. And I can't exactly judge anyone for that. I am the beneficiary of all oppression in the world, but I would like to extend a word of caution, if I may.
Wait.
All oppression in the world, but
not like me personally, just like people who look like me, also me personally. If TERFs think trans women in sports is unfair, the concept of holding a sports event for people who otherwise couldn't compete against the ideas of sports to begin with. Look, I get that a lot of people want to win, but I don't think people who's changing their whole social gender identity in order to motherfucking get good. I'm sorry. I don't think that's a thing that's happening. I know some people like would do anything to win. Those people are usually trash and they already cheat. So I mean, like they wouldn't go through the steps of changing their gender identity to actually win at something. They'll just dope. I'm sorry. They'll just dope. That's just it. I'm just saying they're just dope. Like, if you think like they're just dope. Like, I'm sorry, that's just what happened. They're just dope. But let's go.
I would like to extend a word of caution, if I may. If you do manage to get put into the in-group, that's not going to last forever. Helping the people who are oppressing you now cook up a new way to oppress someone else, you can imagine how that plan might backfire, right? Ironically, the right seems to understand this better than the left sometimes. But, like, in the backwards brain way that they don't really understand anything. They'll label...
So, wait, you're telling me people try to be a part of the in-group because they don't want to get oppressed? What? No, people don't do that. They do stuff out of self-interest? No, wait, what?
Label any attempt to advocate for marginalized people as communist, as an evil Marxist plot. Like, there's a famous photo of a shithead in Little Rock, Arkansas, protesting school integration in 1959, holding up a sign that reads, "Race mixing is communism." While I doubt that this man had a robust knowledge of communist theory or a rich understanding of the historical and material reality of white supremacy, and
yes, and going there and screaming at him and say, "You racist piece of shit," actually changed his mind. You know, he started, dating a black woman, and they have like, a set of, half Latino, half mixed race, white and black people, grandkids, and one of them is trans, and like one of them is non-binary, and one of them is just really is a very, 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 very staunch conservative, but they love the rest of their family. No, that's not how that shit works. It's about talking to people. And I halfway joke about, people dating other people and kind of leaving racism because, yeah, that softness, or in some cases hardness, actually can work to change people's feelings. It can be more motherfucking... it can be more productive to give somebody that they want to fuck and be around, not just fuck, but be around, to change people's minds. My partner and I were talking about the history of white women abusing and causing the death of black people as part of the oppression for oppressed finding power and abusing someone, and they're told on a low social level to know. Yeah, no, and I don't doubt that. See, this is the fucked up part about it. I recognize there are groups that will be part of the in group to, attain a little bit of that power and then sometimes survival. I get that. But going out and saying that they're just unironically evil because you don't want to actually reach out to them when they actually have a group that's willing to reach out to them because, hey, be part of this group and you get this benefit versus saying you're bad and I'm not going to explain to you how you're bad. So who are you going to pick? Well, it's morally wrong to oppress people, and I'm going to be facing oppression too, or I can get a part of this group where I'm not going to be oppressed and I'm going to be part of the oppressors. And this group who said it's morally wrong talk shit about me. I'm sorry, most people don't have that much moral fortitude to look over their own oppression and the oppression of others versus some of their benefits. I know, shocking, right? I know it's weird because you would think some people would like, no, I would have the moral high ground to stand up for people, even if it hurts me. And then I would have to ask those people, have you dealt with humans before? But let's go.
I do.
Communism is a classist, monolith, stateless society which encourages the full development of human fulfillment, where the means of production are held in common by the people who rely on them, and goods and services are distributed by need, also the ideological pursuit thereof. Yeah, let's go.
Disagree with the premise that race mixing is communism. He's not wrong to make the connection, right? What his pea brain has figured out is, if you're going to advocate for some people to be equal, it's a slippery slope towards all people becoming equal. It's just that, that would be good, and he thinks it's bad because he's a shithead. This
is the shit that I'm talking about. Oh yeah, people are just unironically evil because reasons. Not because they've been told, groomed, and incited fear of, if this happens, then they're gonna lose their social standard and they're gonna be treated just like the bad group. No. He's just a shithead. Again, this is the language of somebody who's never talked to people that they disagreed with in a way to convince them otherwise. It is so fucking telling. Because in the end, you sound like a fucking fool. Why would somebody actually believe in the shit that you say if you're going to actually talk to them like this? What the fuck, man? I mean, what benefit do they have from believing your side? No. They're unironically evil because reasons.
This racist dipshit understood that any victory for Black Americans, anything which brings them closer towards freedom and equality, weakens the apparatus used to also deny freedom and equality to the working class. Because many...
See, then this is the shit that I'm talking about. Oh my God, you're making politics a zero-sum game. You're making politics a zero-sum game, and you wonder why people don't want to fucking listen.
Working class people are themselves Black, but also because the methods and justifications used to subdue both groups share a great deal of ideological common ground. Again, he just thought that was cool. He thought it was...
Some of them know what they're doing and they're dumb. I want to allow Steve... no, Steve Bannon, fuck no. And this big this motherfucker looks like George Wallace. And if you know, I'm not the comedian, Not that George Wallace, but this motherfucker looked like George Wallace, the governor. And yeah, there are some people who are just motherfucking shit. I give you that. But for people to be like, oh no, all of these people are shit. Fuck these people. Fuck them in particular. Like, dude, like, no, that's not how this shit works. That's not how any of this shit works. But yeah, let's go.
It's cool that some people are oppressed on account of the shitheadedness. People like Anna will argue that identitarian concerns distract from economic.
Yeah, he just went in that shit hard. He just went hard as hell. Like, yeah, like people like, hey, oh, tell us how you really feel. Fuck.
Issues.
I'm done with the identitarian garbage. I'm done with it. It is a giant distraction. The left, the people who are supposed to be fighting for a better economic system, better economic conditions, better working conditions, all of that stuff pushed aside. Let's focus on the identitarian stuff.
That they divide the working class.
And the identitarian stuff by nature divides us and leads to more fights, more conflict, even among us. But that's the point.
But like, oh.
Now, mind you, this will be a great motherfucking point. This would be a great point. And like I make no bounds about it. I still watch TYT. Here's the thing. I've watched the coverage for TYT when it comes to working class shit. I'm sorry, I always miss where they are just saying white working class. I really miss that part, and don't trust me. I'm not a fan. I watch, but I have critiques. That's why I do videos. That's why I started my YouTube channel. But I never seen it when it's just like, oh yeah, we just have to take care of the white working class. Now, say TYT is garbage. Say that to Central. They say Central say that they try to push too much incremental change. I would argue with you, no, they don't. It's just that their radicalism is different where yours is. And like, yeah, we can have that discussion, but they never just say white working class. I've never seen that out of any of their videos. As a matter of fact, I've seen quite the opposite, where it's mostly talking about, yeah, most of the people who are working class are people of color. I mean, like, but you know, we gotta find some reason to be mad at them about not fulfilling what we want them to be, because in the end, most people have a parasocial relationship with other people, and we can talk about that later. But let's go.
Okay, let's think that through for a second. Let's work that out in our brains. If you were excluded from the full and equal participation in the world on the basis of identity, say race or gender, sexuality, disability, left-handedness, whether or not you like Naruto, whatever. Do you see how that quickly?
I think I remember there was an argument for the opposite, that people need to include minority groups in order to make progress. Yes. But again, people. Okay, okay. Hot take. I mean, I'm gonna come closer. Come close to me. TYT is cringe for people under 35. I know it's weird. It's weird. It's almost as if it's a generational thing. But if you're under 35, a lot of the people are above 35 on TYT. And so where you're coming from and where they're coming from are two different things. A lot of the people on TYT have also actually been out in the world where they've had to interact with other people. Not just, they didn't grow up as a generation online. I know we had to do that. So a lot of the things that are reinforced with them as a way they see things in their leftism isn't exactly right-leaning as you think it is. It's just different. And to people like that, it's cringe. I know. I say 35 because that's the cutoff of us upper millennials versus the younger millennials. But I it's a way of interacting. Again, I know, and it's not a hard and set rule. It's just one of those things where it's just like you have to look at what the line of delineation is. Yeah, it's exactly. They're not on the internet. If you're not on the internet 24/7. Yes, Drea, you're a millennial. You're a millennial. Just keep it at that. You're a millennial. Let's just keep it at that. But let's go. Oh God. I'm trying to spend the breadth of the people that I know that watch me. Let's go. Let's get back to the game. I lost the screen with the game. Okay, yeah, there you go. Oh, let's go.
Becomes an economic issue. Like if people of one identity are allowed to be in control of everything and use that control to subjugate another, how that might quickly become an economic problem for the people not in control. Like, for example, they would have worse job prospects and at those jobs have worse working conditions, harder time building cash liquidity or owning a home or not being in prison or enslaved or murdered. And even if they were murdered, like would they even look for their bodies? Like if you knew where their bodies were, would the government even go there to look for them? Like if someone could say like, hey, we have reasonable suspicion that there's some bodies, say in a landfill would be one place they might be, then would the government even go look? Do you see how all of these things could be affected by whether or not you are considered a subhuman, inferior, second-class citizen? How that might actually have a pretty big financial impact on you. They do.
Wait. So your prescription of that is to people who don't agree with you, still write them off and cause an issue where they still don't see you as human. They just write you off because you're literally or just insulting them. That's your prescription, right? Hey. I'm 41. We do not make fun of motherfucking sore knees in this chat. We do not make fun of sore knees in this chat. Do you hear me?
Kind of acknowledge this by talking about how we have to work towards making sure that everybody has equal rights and equal opportunities and equal access to housing. And it's just like the cultural stuff that they think is pointless, right?
Wait. You know it's not enough when you say people should have equal rights and equal housing and equal... Wait, what? You've officially lost the plot when you say people having equal rights to housing, and people shouldn't be persecuted for who they are is not a that's not far enough. Wait, what? I'm trying to figure that one out. When you like equal rights are something that everybody should have. Okay, let's go.
We shot a show, I don't know if you guys are ever gonna see it, we shot a pilot just this weekend with a mixed Republican and Democratic family, okay? I asked them about trans rights. Should they have the same rights, same exact rights in housing, employment, etc.? Every one of them, including hardcore Trump people, were like, yes, they should have the same exact rights.
Yeah, exactly.
When I asked about this topic, every one of them, except one, 6 out of 7, were like, no, not competing in sports.
Where do you think the denial of those economic rights comes from in the first place? Like, what do you think caused people to want to do that?
This is coming dangerously close to the DJ Mule. Everything bad is capitalism type shit. Like, seriously? You ever thought that, hey, maybe the reason why there are so many people that have an issue with trans women in sports because they fear that it's a fairness thing? I don't know. Maybe that's this inherent belief that we've been taught about fairness. They think, hey, maybe it's not fair. And that's not to excuse it. But the first thing you just go to is, oh, they're evil and racist and bigoted. And why don't you just explain to them why it may be fair, or it may be an advantage, or maybe how advantages work in sports? Maybe try that. Just no, they're evil. And they don't. All right, I was okay. Okay. Stalin did just kill a lot of people in the LGBTQ community. He killed black people. He killed a shit ton of Asian people. I know, like, right. Or he also wasn't fond of Jewish people either. But all right, let's go.
Do you think maybe that, like, if you spend a lot of time demonizing a group of people and portraying them as inherently shitty, predatory monster goblins, that eventually that might lead you to want to take away some of those equal rights? And how maybe...
Wait, first of all, I'm, again, like, it's not about anything about sports. First, sports are a privilege. Secondly, when has TYT advocated for this? When have they advocated that trans people are just like monsters and all this other good bullshit? They haven't. As a matter of fact, what he is saying, what Jenk is saying is that we talked to him, and a lot of people are like, yeah, no, this is what should happen. People should have their rights. But with Mildred, what they're doing is literally saying that, oh, you're not 100% again with me, so you must be evil. I don't get that. This is the problem with these guys. They have a binary view of a multifaceted world. There are assholes everywhere, and it might pay to sit them down and educate them rather than alienate them. No. Talk to people. Have a conversation with people. Tell them about their experiences and their life points, and then you may try to find an understanding. But wasn't that FD who actually said that you shouldn't do that?
Maybe if you spend your time complaining that anyone attempting to change those cultural narratives is a hysterical baby person, you might be contributing to that.
But idiot activists, yes, I just called you an idiot. Activists go in there and go, no, I'm going to fall right into that trap, and I'm going to fight on the only losing ground we have so we can elect more Republicans so they can pass more anti-LGBT laws.
The people who argue that it is divided...
It's not even that they, like, I will say this. Jank is wrong right here. He is wrong. He is wrong. They're not fighting. They're not fighting. They're fighting poorly. They are fighting poorly. And their fighting consists of, nuh-uh, you should just do it regardless of how you feel, and whatever, ever you may have questions about, you should just do it. But people who don't want the trans women in sports, notice they have no issues with trans men, and men in sports can't be convinced or argue because they have no arguments. They really don't care. They're just like a pigeon on the they're just like a pigeon on a chessboard. They really don't care. Jenkins just has always some of the worst takes. Like, instead of addressing the concerns that some people would have, address that sports have never been fair, that there's always an advantage physically to certain people. Address that. Take away the problem. Address the fact that maybe sports, in a lot of sports, should be unisex. But when you say, nuh-uh, there's no difference and it shouldn't even matter, you're effectively calling people idiots that have an issue. You're not addressing the issue. It's the equivalent of these people saying, because I said so, and don't fucking question me. Because I'm right because reasons. Instead of addressing it. And that pisses me off. I didn't accept when somebody told me, just believe in God because I'm right because reasons. What makes you think that somebody else that has a just as much of a deeply ingrained belief would just take what you said because you say so. And this is the shit that kind of pisses me off low-key about this shit. Instead of being an advocate, you think advocacy is saying, oh, you're bad, don't do this, or you're bad, do that, and that's the end of it. That's not what advocacy is. But let's continue.
Divisive to be united with one another come in two general varieties. Either they're right-wing grifters who want to third-position themselves into leftist spaces to spread their dipshit ideas around, or they're complete rubes, useful dolts, easy marks for the aforementioned grift.
What was it saying? What was we just saying? It's about a binary. It's never about, I think you're wrong, or I think this is wrong. It's, you're either liars or you're stupid. I don't get how that's helpful at all to any particular cause. I don't. I just don't. But maybe Thoughtslime, maybe Mildred has a better understanding of the human motherfucking psyche than I do. Oh, wait. They're a terrible person outside of the videos they make on YouTube. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go.
Grifters. And it is pretty useless to speculate.
Most amazing athletes have some rare physical difference that gives them an edge. Fuck, most men's basketball players are literal giants. Shh. Don't tell them that shit. Shh. Tell nobody that's having this discussion in sports that shit. Because, you know, reasons.
Which one any given person is, because as you can imagine, there's a lot of overlap in that Venn diagram, but I do have a rubric I like to use in these situations. A little test I use to determine if people are arguing in bad faith. When their position is criticized, do they A, defend their position, explaining their logic, or ignore the criticism, or B, whine about how it's unfair that people are disagreeing with them at all and they kick up a big stink about it, people saying they're wrong is actually them being silenced and
Mildred, we have the fucking text of you talking about a sex code that was fucking wrong. You still haven't apologized about this shit. We see your ass. We see your whole entire ass. But when other people do it, it's okay. Because we know human beings take people jumping down their throat, people criticizing them very well. We have a history of the human motherfucking race actually taking criticism very well and adjusting our opinions right away. You show us first, Mildred. You show us first.
Making them be silent about disagreeing with you is what free speech means. But them disagreeing with you obviously shows that they don't tolerate disagreement. So they shouldn't be allowed to say that they don't agree. Because
it's Farmer Simulator 2015. Old one I got from PlayStation Plus. Oh, I love this tweet. I love this tweet. Civil rights movements did not use the same strategy as trans movements. They did not barricade speakers. They disagreed with the classroom for 3 hours, then they persuaded through nonviolence and showing America their humanity. This is true. This is true. And like the whole thing that people are complaining about is that there was a story where activists who were protesting correctly, they should have protested, but they chased somebody in a room and then demanded that they can't come out and then said they should pay them money to let them out. I don't remember Martin Luther King doing that shit. I remember, trust me with this shit, and I know people disagree with it, right? I remember Martin Luther King getting dog sicked on him. Who was that? The congressman who had his skull busted in. There was civil disobedience But they didn't go and do the motherfucking violence. Now, yes, there were other groups doing the violence, and King used them as a wedge issue to say, like, look, we not doing the violence, but these small groups over here are doing the violence. You don't want us to turn out this way. So we're going to do the non-violent shit. But don't forget, it's the motherfuckers over there that are doing the violence. We ain't with them yet. John Lewis, yes. That's the thing. People who said, no, this is a whitewash. Like, no, that's what happened. We have the video. We know what happened. It wasn't King that was doing the violence or doing the rioting. When riots came out, King spoke the fuck against them. But he says, you know what? They may have a motherfucking point, but we're not doing the riots. It'd be a shame if more people start doing riots. But we keeping it peaceful. The person that King actually got the model from of civil disobedience, Mahatma Gandhi, they literally had to live with a massacre. I'm not talking about like 4 or 5 or 10 people. Like hundreds of people died through their civil disobedience. That they didn't just take punches. They didn't just take bullets where the King got his model from. They took fucking cannon fire. But you want to just say this is whitewash. And the fucked up part about it is the people that want to say this shit is whitewash, the people that says, no, you have to be vitriol and violent sometimes, they're still online. They're not out there. You know what they're doing? They're LARPing on Twitter.
That's not free speech. And it is a very handy rhetorical strategy because it means you never have to defend your positions. When challenged, you can retreat to a grandstanding speech about the importance of open debate and civil dialogue. You can tut-tut and finger wag about how rude everyone else is, and then claim that they're the ones scolding you? Like, it feels to me.
But that's what this video is. Literally, that's what this video is. Oh, I'm sorry. It was hundreds of thousands that died there. I apologize for underestimating. I thought it was like thousands, maybe hundreds, but yeah, it was hundreds of people that died there. But yeah, no, you know, they did a violent revolution. Let's go.
Like the worst time to accuse someone of scolding you would be right after you gave them an etiquette lesson and lectured them about how to disagree civilly. It seems like a scoldy thing to do. To whine and cry and kick and stamp your feet about everybody won't let you disagree. Nobody these days will tolerate disagreements. But like, nah, you can disagree. By all means, believe whatever you want to believe. It's just that the thing you believe means you're a big doo-doo dum-dum. That's my belief.
I don't. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, that's okay. Because I remember it was at like one of their national parks. Yeah, all right, thanks. But what's fucked up is, like, does they not realize that they're doing a thing right now? Does Thought Slime not realize that they're doing the thing right now? Well, you should just take whatever we say because we're giving you correct things, and whatever we say is correct. And no, like, the fuck? Yeah.
It's an open dialogue. Which brings me back to the left. I ask you now, of what use is being part of the left? My understanding was that the left represented a loose coalition of people whose ideas and values I agreed with, people who wanted and fought for the same things I want. If, in order to succeed, that group must allow people whose ideas and values are in direct contrast to the goals we want to pursue, the question must be asked, of what use is this thing? Why protect it? A lot of people...
It's just a social club for these motherfuckers. It's just a social club. If you don't fully agree with me, then fuck you. It's just a social club. That's it. Just literally advocated for, like, well, if you're not on the left with everything that we're supposed to be on, then you're not part of the group. It's just a fucking social club. Wow. Fucking wow. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. Let's go.
People would say it's because to stop the far right, it's the only way to do it is we.
The thing, I mean, some people are just assholes. Is it? The thing is, no one is asking this. Mildred of you dumbass. I'm leaving the video. If people are just saying he's reaching out to these people to help them where they're at. Let's not sacrifice our values for them. And you know what? Yes. The thing about it is, if you're a true advocate, you shouldn't sacrifice your values, but you definitely want to address people where they're at. And I give you that. I fucking give you that. But when you come out and say, "Oh, you fucking evil fucking heathen motherfuckers, you don't want to do anything we want to do. You're being a fucking heathen." That's not helpful. The only people here is like, "You fucking heathen, evil." Yeah, like the fuck. I will never leave the left because I don't think myself as the left. Yeah. I'm sorry, I can't be part of the online leftists. I can't be part of the online leftists. I used to want to be, but I can't be part of the online leftists. Because, for one, some of these motherfuckers are low-key just like, they can't be on the right, so they automatically just say, "I'm a left." You will hear some of these people actually say that, like, "I can't be on the right, so I might as well be on the left." And that's dangerous because of the way they think isn't exactly inclusive. It's just like, who would I want to fucking fight? And it's fine if you want to, fight somebody. Just say that. Like, be honest about it. But, like, some people just want to fight. And, like, yeah. And when people don't kiss their ass for it, they call them out for being toxic behavior. They throw a fit and storm out. Yeah.
We got to let everybody in so we can stop the far right. But I think a more effective strategy for fighting the far right, in my opinion, would be not letting them on your side. Like, we got to drift to the right in order to protect ourselves from.
Let's hear this shit again.
Effective strategy for fighting the far right, in my opinion, would be not letting them The question must be asked: of what use is this thing? Why protect it? A lot of people would say it's because to stop the far right, it's the only way to do it is we got to let everybody in so we can stop the far right. But I think a more effective strategy.
Building coalitions, explaining things to people. And I know it seems like I'm making a straw man about what Mildred is saying, but I'm not. For Mildred, letting somebody from the far right in or from the right in is compromising your values. No one is saying with this. And I will have to say this. What some people say is centrist values, and I'm not trying to like be like Mr. Look at both sides things, are just simply things that people hold. Now, we can explain why that is incorrect. And that's one of the things that I want to actually start doing. Explaining why certain things are incorrect. But it's not a binary sometimes. Yeah, and that's the thing. And I will say that, yes, it's about trying to change them. But let's let this go.
Strategy for fighting the far right, in my opinion, would be not letting them on your side. Like we gotta drift to the right in order to protect ourselves from the right. You know? Sometimes you say something and you think, oh man, am I strawmanning the position of the people that I'm complaining about? And then they just fucking tweet it, you know? Then they just fucking tweet it.
Imagine the right wing and the left wing got together and fight corruption. I know many on both sides will say you can't work with these monsters. You cannot be so naive. Yes, I understand that, but what if we got together just once to fuck the establishment? This assertion of this position is not even in the ballpark of being wrong. It's not even the zip code of being wrong. I don't even know how anybody thinks that this is compromising values in order to get the right on our side. That was so stupid. I drove my tractor into the lake. That was monumentally stupid. Oh my God. How? That was monumentally stupid. Did I miss something? Did I miss something? Did I miss how fucking stupid that was? Wow, that was stupid. I just don't even... How the fuck do you get that saying that working with the right wing to end corruption against money in politics, which isn't a right or a left issue? Everybody should want to do that. But all of a sudden, it's what is it? Getting rid of money out of politics is a right wing position? Okay, sure.
They just exit out to all of their followers on X. I just think that if we're trying to fight the far right, it would be helpful to not form consensus with them on account of they want to kill a bunch of people and take away a bunch of human rights. And that really isn't the type of thing I want to compromise about. Like, there's really nothing that could make that compromise worth it for me, you know?
Where's the compromise? Where the fuck is the compromise? I'm sorry. The amount of stupid that was. The amount of stupid. It is so stupid. I think it broke chat. You guys probably you guys are not even responding anymore. The amount of stupid that was. Yeah, let's go.
And so, like, if that divides the left, I can live with that. Divide it up, baby.
Of course you can, because this is about a social group for you. That's all it's about. It's about a social group for you. It's about how you won't do anything with the right wing, even if it means getting them over to your side about something, and maybe getting them over to your side about something else. And maybe, hey, if we get money out of politics, maybe some people in the right wing would actually say, hey, why don't we get a better wage for people? And, you know, you don't have to worry about the minority that you think is taking your job. Like, maybe that. Okay, let's go.
Cut that baby down the middle. I don't care who the left's true mother is. I don't care. Fucking balkanize the left. Who gives a shit? This isn't team sports. I don't care about my team winning. You know, what I care about is the goals that I wish to pursue. And if we must abandon those goals in order for the left to win, then the left is a dead project, standing in the way of the things that I want. So, you know, in conclusion, be wary of anyone who tells you that by expressing your opinions, you have silenced theirs. That by advocating for solidarity, you are sowing division. That by disagreeing with them, you have somehow not allowed for the possibility of disagreement. That they...
Will somebody tell them, or do I? All right. I'm done with this. I'm done with this bullshit. I'm done. I'm done. Get this shit off my screen. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I tried. I really did try. I tried. And it didn't work. See, people like Mildred, it's about how they feel, and even if they do the same hypocrisy, then it's not a problem because they're right. Just listen to that take. Leftism is the team sport. I don't want to win. I want. A lot of this reminds me of, and again, talk about Bleach. When Ichigo was fighting Kenpachi, and the motherfucking sword came through his motherfucking Zanpakuto, and he was laying there bleeding on the floor. And old man Zangetsu came out and says, hey, we can make sure you can survive. And he was presented with the question, do you want to just survive? And Ichigo says, I want to win. I want to win. If I can grab 5 conservatives that want to actually work with me, but taking money out of politics, want to make sure that people have affordable fucking healthcare, have affordable motherfucking housing, and I can talk to them on their beliefs, that they can come over to my side, that's what I want. It is only 2 reasons why you don't try to convince people that your beliefs are right. 1, you think that their beliefs are so motherfucking immutable that they can't fucking change. Or 2, you think your beliefs are so weak that if they start throwing good points, then maybe your beliefs will change. Those are the 2 reasons. And yes, I'm doing a false dichotomy. I know. Those are the main 2 reasons, I should say. But yeah, no. Anyway, like the video. Thank you for watching this clip. I'm gonna cut it here. Remember, be the person who you want to be around and not just who you want to be like. I'm gonna cut this video segment here. I want to say thank you to all my Patreon supporters and my Twitch subscribers. Join the Guardians, become a member, or become a subscriber on YouTube, Patreon, and help support the channel. Thank you for watching this video, and the next one should be popping up on your screen. Subscribe, and if you haven't checked it out and want to help out the channel, check out my Patreon. Thanks.